I can't remember who said this over the weekend, but someone said President-elect Joe Biden won the election fair and square. He did. There have been numerous trips to the courts since Election Day, at the state level and at the federal level, and they've been in front of appointed Republican judges, appointed Democrat judges, elected Republican judges, and elected Democrat judges. And the electors that were chosen across the country were chosen by Republicans and chosen by Democrats, and were Democrats and Republicans. I remember standing in front of this group and talking about the election of 1860 and how worried people were about whether or not the electors would do the right thing. And they did. And that's exactly what is happening now. And I think the noise and the accusations and the commentary about challenging this or that is an affront to democracy and to the voice of the people who turned out in record numbers in this election to support a whole bunch of candidates up and down the ticket. And for the life of me, I can't figure out how people in my party can say all the other elections in which their folks barely won were fine, and the only one that they seem to have any concerns about is the one at the top of the ticket. And it is my hope that these initiatives fail and the electors do the right thing, and the transition, the orderly transition that we desperately need as a nation. We just finished 20 minutes of Q&A with you all about the largest and most significant and potentially life-saving vaccine rollout in U.S. history that I think everybody at this point in time would say can't happen fast enough. And I think everybody would also agree that there have been bumps associated with the rollout, which we all expected and anticipated, with the notion that eventually the wheel would start to spin and things would work the way they should. That, in my view, is where our colleagues at the federal level should be focusing their time and their attention, is doing everything they all together possibly can to make sure that every vulnerable American, every healthcare worker, every long-term care resident, every long-term care staff member, and everybody else gets access to those 2 doses as soon as is practically possible. That should be the focus right now of what our colleagues in Washington are up to, in my view.